What's up everybody, Liam here from BC Hobbies, and we're going to do a full disassembly and clean of the Gaahleri Swallowtail airbrush. This is the Gaahleri X Barbatos Rex design, not the Swallowtail SD. Those are slightly different. Unlike the Gaahleri X Barbatos Rex, the Swallowtail SD is not a purely gravity-fed airbrush, it is a side-fill airbrush. So that means there's a little hole in the side where you can plug a gravity-fed color cup, or you can plug in a siphon-fed bottle. This one is the gravity-fed version, as you can see. So we're going to begin disassembling this thing. Right off the bat, disassembling this airbrush is no different from disassembling any other airbrush. You just look at the exploded view that comes handily with this product, and it will show you how it comes apart, which is awesome. But I'm going to do this manually for you here. This is the male end quick disconnect. So far this comes with all the Gaahleri brushes, which is really cool. You can get the female end quick disconnect and you're off to the races. So I'm going to unscrew that, and I'm just going to put these on the side here so I don't lose them. And now that we've unscrewed those, we can pull the handle right off, and boom, and we'll just put this up here. Now we've got another plastic piece we want to remove, and that is a trigger. So just got this little paint stir stick that fits pretty well in there, and I'm going to unscrew it. Ta-da! That can go over here, and we'll remove the trigger as well. All right, and now you just have a regular airbrush to clean. To do that, we are going to remove the back here. This handle. This is also a handle, by the way. Comes with this little anodized aluminum needle chuck. We'll just leave this up here, and we're going to carefully remove our needle. Put this over here. And our nozzle and air cap setup. There's the little nozzle right there. Now we can remove Bruce spring sleeve. Sorry, it's just called a spring sleeve. I'm trying to be funny. Okay, so, ta-da, there we are. And as you can see, this piece is metal, and it's just anodized black. So that's kind of cool. You can see the brass threading underneath of it. So we're gonna put that right there and remove the spring. Oops. And the needle checking guide. Next up, we can remove the slider from the inside of the airbrush. You can see a little screw on the bottom here. It's the same flathead style as the other one, so we can remove that. Very tiny little screw. Best not to lose that. And then on the inside, you have your slider case. So I'm just going to unscrew that. Now, most likely you won't have to get in here that often, but I'm going to show you what it looks like in there just for the sake of the video. But unless you really make a mess, you probably won't have to unscrew this part very often. There's going to be another spring in here, and now we can pull the slider back, and now your airbrush is disassembled. So now our airbrush is nice and clean, and we can begin reassembly. So I'll walk through this with you as well. It's the same process, obviously, just in reverse. Now I have with me some airbrush lubricant. A little bit goes a long way with it. You really don't need much. So notice on the bottom of the slider that there's the scalloped piece there. It can slide out, but it's not going to be able to slide back in very easily. So what we're going to do is remove the bottom air nozzle, and there's a little pin in here. You might be able to see it. It's just poking up to the inside of the chassis there. We're just going to push that down so we can slide the slider all the way back in. Then we take our slider spring and pop it in there, and it will catch it like a little cup. Now we're going to screw the spring case back in. I'm just going to add a little bit of lubricant to the side here because I did end up cleaning a bit of paint off of that, and I don't want it to get stuck. You could do this with a larger flathead screwdriver. I don't have one, so I'm just using the end of this paint stir stick to screw this in. Once the spring case hole lines up with the hole on the chassis for the airbrush, you can then reattach the screw. You're done with the spring casing. It's in there. It's well seated. And just screw it in until it's flush with the body of the airbrush. You don't have to screw it in very hard, just enough so that the spring casing isn't sliding out. Check and make sure you've done it right by just pulling the slider back with your finger from the other side and letting go. It should spring right back into place. The next thing that goes into the body is the needle chucking guide. Before you slide that in, turn it over and find the cylindrical groove. You're going to want to line that up with the bottom because that is going to align with the retention screw that you just put into the spring casing. So seat that in there with the groove aligned on the bottom, and then you can pop the spring right onto the end of the needle chucking guide like so. And then we can reseat the spring sleeve. You'll have to push the spring down a bit so it might spring back at you if you're not ready. And then just screw it in. Again, you don't have to do this very tight, just enough so that it doesn't come out on its own or begin to unthread on its own. Now we're going to go to the other side of the airbrush where the nozzle is, and we're going to want to put the nozzle on. You want to do that before you reseat the needle. As you can see, I've inverted the airbrush and I've lined the nozzle up with the tip here and very, very gently seat the nozzle cap right directly over top and screw it downwards. Again, you don't have to do this very tightly, just screw it all the way on and don't overscrew it. Now I'm just going to add the tiniest little bit of lubricant to my airbrush needle, and I'll end up wiping most of it off. You don't want it to be too lubricated. Now we can reseat our airbrush needles, so we're just going to slide that very carefully into the body and stop as soon as you meet the resistance of it coming through the nozzle here. And you can always turn the airbrush over to look at the tip to make sure that the needle is popped out of the other side, so you're good to go. And then, of course, we're going to put the needle chucking nut down onto the threads on the back here, and that keeps the needle in place. Now we've got the regular airbrush handle that we can screw back on. We're going to slide the handle back on. There we go. And now we can put our little retention nut back on the end of the handle here. And last but not least, our quick disconnect, the male end, of course, because this doesn't come with the female end, that is sold separately. Now we want to reattach the trigger as well. So we can take our plastic trigger, make sure the scalloped piece is facing outwards, and then align the holes here. Then we just take this little screw piece and insert it through the trigger, through the body of the airbrush, and to the other side of the trigger, which is plastic. I do wish this trigger was metal. It would retain better. I feel like my little screw here kept falling out, and I had to keep tightening it. So we're just going to tighten it like so. I don't want to over tighten it though, because I don't want to ruin anything. And then, of course, if you're going to be spraying again quite soon, you can just screw your color cup back into the body of the airbrush, like so. And there you are. That is the full disassembly and clean and then reassembly of the Swallowtail Gaahleri X Barbatos Rex airbrush. And this thing is it's a pretty nice brush. I really do enjoy it. If you found this helpful, let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, everybody. You can pick up your own Gaahleri airbrushes at bchobbies.com. I'll leave that link down in the description below. Until next time, see you later.